I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to No Man's Land. Specifically, welcome to a brief look at look at the new things that are in No Man's Land version 1.3. I didn't do one for sort of 1.2. I just did some screenshots and uploaded them on Facebook. But in fact, I did talk about putting them all together in a montage and putting out this video, but I didn't. But never mind. This is 1.3. So, and I'll just jump out. Pardon if I couldn't not use my two favourite mods, especially this one. I'm sorry, this isn't about this mod, but I love this truck. Anyway, it'll be in the link. So, yeah, just we'll start off. I'll just talk through what Alien Jim himself has to say about the map. Or the update anyway. So he says, added 31 placeable items. I'm beginning to start to get confused as to which ones are where, so I hope I've got them all right. 21 placeable trees, another 4 foliage types to landscape painting, added the log cabin or wooden farmhouse decorations, reversed the direction of motorway traffic, which we won't worry too much about, and adjusted the greenhouse water sound volume. I should say this is in the mod hub, but I will make the point as well. AJ Tech placeable trees, so the 21 placeable trees cannot be cut down. They are decorative items. You don't cut them down. If you want rid, you sell them like you would any other placeable. That's all. Avoids any issues with the trees on the map, and we've had issues with that on this map before. I am delighted that Alien Jim has put us some placeable trees, because there are some conflicts with some modded trees. I believe I've heard. I've never tried it, and I'm not risking it, so I'm delighted I've now got placeable trees I can put on this map, so thank you, Jim. However, I don't know what on earth I'm going to do about my slot counts, but anyway, without further ado, so I've set up a little scene here, but actually the first thing I did, we've got a little square of some of the new foliage. So this is one of the new foliage types, sort of grasses, ferns, bit of sort of, well, 2 different types of ferns, I suppose, and some grasses. So if you've got a bit of woodland somewhere, that would look quite nice. Bit of undergrowth, sort of low growing pine or something in there, I don't know. As that one, and then there's this one which, knowing Jim, it's probably based on a real plant. I can't quite place it, but it does look familiar. That's just a weed. Then there's this one which looks sort of poppy-esque to me. So they'll spread all over the place, as poppies tend to do. In fact, it looks very poppy-esque. And then over on this side is this one, which also looks really familiar to me, and I still can't quite place what it is, but it actually looks a little bit sort of like a grass in flower, but it's not, because it's got leaves. I don't know what it is, but it looks very nice. Wouldn't look out of place perhaps under some trees or something like that. And then actually, I just so I knew what I was doing, I also put, these were the 2 that were here already. So there's this one with this sort of umbellifer type white flowers, and then this sort of pink, looks a bit like a bottle brush plant, but I don't suppose it is. Anyway, so that's those. So they're the new foliage types, which are very cool. So that adds a bit of variety. So I might even have to think about redoing some of my landscaping a little bit, just to put a bit of variety in the plants, especially up at the garden centre. Over there, if you've watched any of my videos before, that's actually some of the new industrial items that were put in version 1.2. We'll have a quick look in the store in a minute and go through some of these things. The big thing I think a lot of people are going to love is this. This is a placeable bridge. I put some vehicles on it just to show how cool it looks. I didn't do it quite. It could have been a lot wider than this. I couldn't quite place it exactly. I just quickly mocked up. I haven't put water on my map yet, so I very quickly just mocked up a bit of. In fact, I didn't even paint the bottom. A bit of water going underneath it. Put a couple of the new trees. Got a beech tree there and a small birch over there. But yeah, so it looks fantastic. It was pretty easy to play. As I said, it was coming up with a conflict, but I mean, I'd literally thrown, I mean, you can see it's a bit rough around the edges, just dug out a bit of water trench and softened some of the sides, put a bit of sand on, just to show how it could look. But that's fantastic. And it's in concrete sections, so you don't have to worry too much about it matching with whatever road surface you're otherwise using. I put this sort of light tarmac down just to to put that in, and it's spot on. It's got a lovely little just bump up over it onto the surface and back down again the other side. It's great, love it. Well done, Jim. So let's jump in the truck here. My new Lizard Yams, my new favourite vehicle. So yeah, that's a couple of the placeable trees. We'll look at those again in a minute. What I wanted to do next actually was go this way, because one of the other most amazing things that Jim's put in is I'm a big fan of Alien Jim. I'm just gonna say that. That's quite clear. God, these trees are grown big, haven't they? Look at that. Is this? We have road markings. Oh, that's a bit loud. Obviously, I didn't have the perfect junction in the spot of the map I was using to put it on, but I mean, look at that. It's already got. I've already driven over it once. It's already got a few tyre marks on it, which look fantastic. It's just brilliant, brilliant. So this bit is this. So this sort of. We'll look again in the store in a minute, and then I didn't quite place it right. But then there's a stretch of white, road markings going straight down the road. So we'll drive back and look at those. So they don't look quite right, but they're not far off. You can do it really accurately, and I'll explain how in a minute. Jim's recommendation is actually that you place the markings and then do the road around them. Obviously this was a road I already have, though it does need a bit of finishing off. But yeah, so you've got a straight section, which is that bit, and then you've got the T-junction bit at the end, which looks pretty cool. And then a bit further up here, as we go past the new pub, which I just put next to the, there's another one of it up there, but I just put it next to the water because I just thought it looked really cool. Can't help but stop. I haven't really looked at it in detail yet. The local inn. Again, needs a bit of landscaping. I literally just shoved it down. I just placed it. That's really cool. I need a pub on my map. Just the thing. Right. But yeah, so the other markings you've got are this, which is a sort of 45-degree curve, which is why Jim says best to put the markings in and then build the road around them rather than the other way around. Sorry about my headphones decided to switch off for some reason. I don't know why. Clearly thinks it's not loud enough. But yeah, so again, I mean, this was a road I'd already done, but actually you can see it wouldn't take much work to get that curve just right to fit that. And then also what there is just here, and you can see it's just slightly out of skew, is if you wanted to, you've got an individual line. So if you've got, like I've got back there, a funny junction where the T-junction doesn't fit, or I don't know, you need a slightly different bend, or you're connecting two bits together, you can just put a few of these odd ones down and just blend a little bit with what else you've got. Genius. Right, and here's where I actually placed it. I wasn't sure how much space I needed, so I've kind of lumped everything a bit too close together, but never mind. So that's where I placed all the new stuff. I think it's all the new stuff. I haven't counted, I haven't checked. But we'll start at the front here. But you should look in store. So let's look in store. And I think, I'm just thinking for a sec. Yeah, they're all in decoration except one. So we'll quickly look in miscellaneous. I've tried to remove as much stuff as I could to make this as clean as possible. These were all from the Mercury Farm shed set. A lot of these were here before. This one's new. So there's this radio tower, but it's a way of generating money. So it's 40,000 to place, income per hour of 2,000, 1,000 and 500 respectively. I'm on easy, so it's showing me at 2,000 an hour, which is quite a bonus. I think all of these others were here before. You got them, and some of these are different mods, so ignore some of these. Anything that's AJ Tech is Alien Gyms. The only thing that isn't Alien Gyms that is on the map is the MISSYB slurry yard, which is great, also a great way to earn money. But yeah, but that was here before. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Let's go through these. Sorry. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Rather a lot of letters and numbers. Okay, so there's the bridge. only 6,000 to place. I haven't made note slots. We could look at that in a second actually. The beach tent was here, the new camping tent. Then we've got, all these were here before. Then we've got, as you mentioned, the log cabin and the old wooden house. So the two houses that you have on this map, which you can place as your sleeping points, you can now just put as placeables. So if you wanted a few log cabins for a little holiday thing or whatever else, you know, you could put that. These houses were here before. These houses were here in the last update. They've got the local inn. That's only 1,500 to place, which is quite remarkable. Apartments, block of apartments. We'll look at that in a second. The office was there before. These were all here before. The rowing boat was there before. I was going to put them in the ribbon, forgot. The blue iron barrel, pretty sure that's new. The rusty green iron barrel. We'll check the slot counts to place. They're also -1 because I've got one of all of them. Small wooden barrel, large wooden barrel, trash bag, waste cart, if you're into those things, waste trash container. Why not? You might want one at the back of the pub. Fire tools for your new forest that you can place. These were all in before. There's the road marking. So the ×1, ×10 in a straight line, ×10 in a 45-degree turn, and the T-junction. Brilliant. Parked scooter, that's new. These vehicles were here before. The parked white van, that's new. The parked tipper truck was in the last update, I think. Or the one before. No, that was in 1.1. The parked box van, parked flatbed truck loaded, cement truck, dump truck, semi-trailer, camping trailer, or caravan as we would call it, parked wheel loader, that's new. These were all there before, and the old junk fire truck is also new. These were there before. I can't remember about these. These might be new actually, and I haven't placed one, so let's place a couple to have a look. It's starting to get really difficult now. I do know this map quite well. I spend a lot of time on it, but equally those were there before. I don't know about that one. I'm undecided about that. That was definitely there. This one I'm undecided. So apologies if it wasn't in this. I can't remember. These are there before. That was in the last update. That was in the last update. Right, then we've got all the trees. So there's a beech, a maple, a beech, 5 stages of birch, 4 stages of spruce, but starts at 2 for some strange reason. 5 stages of pine, 5 stages of palm. They were into the industrial buildings. These were in version 1.2, and I think that's it. Yep, because that's a different mod. Okay, I'm fairly certain that's everything. If you wanted to look at the stuff that specifically Alien Jim's put in the map, just go to brands, go to AJ Tech. Everything that Jim's put in is all AJ Tech. Just give it a second. Wowzers. Whenever you're ready. There you go. I've got all the Mercury Farm stuff as well, so it does take a while to load. It's quite a lot of stuff in here now. But there you go, there's all the stuff. So the BGA, that was a part of the map. These are all map placeables. Every single one. Alien Jim constantly updating this map. Quite remarkable. Come back and talk about a little issue that's been identified in a moment. So here's the static vehicles. There's your sort of dump truck, semi-trailer, AJ Tech, AJT, nice. Now this looks similar. I haven't been back to check. Looks very similar to the one that was on Spectacle Island, which I keep thinking I really want to go back to. Spectacle Island, do a revisit. There's the wheel loader, that's quite cool. The wrecked fire truck. Oh my goodness, that's very funny. They'll go along this line. So there's the sort of transit van. There's the scooter buried amongst the plants down here. The sort of box van. Flatbed empty, flatbed full with a stack of wood, and a cement mixer. That's a bit cool. Then at the back here, well, there's your radio tower. Only a couple of grand an hour. Thank you very much. I might have to put one of those in. I mean, Jim does it carefully. You know, none of these will take masses of slots. That's some structure. You know, they just enhance the map. I mean, when you're starting out with something like No Man's Land, where the whole point is you just design and build. I didn't place these very carefully. It's not particularly flat here, so they've all sort of ridged up, but that's just my rather casual, careless, fast way of throwing them down. I mean, this is a huge building, this inn, the local inn. Got some of those flower pots at the front. Brilliant. The apartment building, I may not put this on my map, I have to say, but it's very cool. If you wanted to go something a bit more different, perhaps fits in with the industrial buildings, which I have got some of, but that's very good. Come back to the trees in a minute. There's the rusty green barrel, and rusty it is indeed. There's the nice pretty blue one. There's the trash container. Wheelie bin. Which, can you? Yeah, you can. No, you can't. No. Trash bag, which you can pick up. Some of you could, you know, move it around. Drop it next to the trash bin. Small barrel, which would be ideal just outside the pub. Or the inn, sorry, beg your pardon, the local inn. The large barrel, is that one too heavy? Yeah, that one's too heavy. But clearly probably movable, so maybe, you know, pallet forks or bag lifter or something. And then we get there, these two packing crates. I can't remember if these were here last time or not, so apologies if they were in 1.2. We could go back and count them and see if I've got 31 placeable items, but I could probably drive myself nuts trying to figure out which ones I've missed. Oh, and speaking of missing, we missed the tent. So there's the camping tent. That's very cool. And then we've got the sort of placeable versions of the new house. So my headphone's given up again. Oh, you can actually go inside it too, just like you can with the real farmhouse, but it just doesn't have a sleep trigger. Does it have working lights still? No. Wow, okay. Impressive. Very impressive. And then the log cabin that you started with on the original No Man's Land, which is pretty cool. Again, you can go inside. It's got all the old rubbish that was here before. Sorry, Jim, but it's true. A washing machine that you wouldn't dare wash your washing in. A cooker you really wouldn't want to cook your dinner in. A bath you definitely wouldn't want to wash in, and a bed you certainly wouldn't want to sleep on. And I'm guessing that fire's probably been condemned, but it's there if you want it. Lights and all. That's a great feature. And then up here is the fire tools. This is brilliant. So if you wanted a little forestry, you know, put your little safety tools in. Perhaps have a break in between your, I don't know, do a fire break in between your forest. But yeah, so here's the trees. All the placeable trees. I placed them all out. There's the beech. That was the maple, that one, right? Yeah. There's the beech. Baby birch. Not so baby birch. Middle birch. Slightly bigger birch. Biggest birch. And so on. With spruces. Pines. Here you go. Christmas trees. This is brilliant. I'm so going to be using these. I'm so going to run out of slots. But they are fantastic. And then your palm trees, if you want to go for the island feel, the tropical feel, then you've got those too. Yes, I know I need to clear the pallets out for the sheep. Well, there you go. And that was it. Oh, that was almost it. That's it for the placeables. That's it for the update. Fantastic. I don't think I missed anything. I hope not. We've got the foliage, we've got the placeables, we've got the trees. We did the bridge. Yeah, I think that's it. There is one more thing I did want to mention, and I did ask Jim if it was alright if I did this. But for anyone who is, and I'll have to think of what I'd call this so that people know to look. I should have done it first, probably. There is a known bug on the map, and I'm going to test it now to see if I can actually replicate it. I don't know if it'll work. If you already had the map and you were using the AJ Tech, which we'll go and find, chicken coop. So if we come out, oh no, what am I talking about? Yeah, well, actually, I suppose the easiest way to find it, sorry, stupid, is to look at animal pens. Because the map comes with its own animal pens. You get all the base game ones, but the map comes with its own. AJ Tech, here we go, there's chicken coop, couple of pastures, cow pastures, sheep pastures, big enclosure, a horse paddock, chicken coop. If you already had the chicken coop on the map and you load the new version, it is a known issue. It will mess with, there you go, immediately it'll do that. So you will find that in parts of your map you will basically go to darkness, contrast, high contrast. You should find, what I've been told by people who've had this issue, is that as you go to the edge of the map, it's not an issue. Actually, that might depend on how, oh, that's interesting. So that might depend on how far you are away from the chicken coop, and maybe that's the difference. Okay, so let's come out of that a minute and let's try that again. Right, so as soon as I do that, it's going to say you don't own. Oh no. Okay, so let's try something else so that we can place it near where we are, where we actually own the land. I own something around here, right. I'm going to place one of those just for a minute, just so that I sort of anchor myself here. Right, chicken coop. Immediately goes black. So let's just place it. Right, can't. Actually, going to be placing something's going to be really hard when I can't see what's going on. Oh look, there's. So I do own this bit because there's the biogas plant. Will it let me place it there? Yeah. Has it done it? Yes. So it's placed it. And now you will see I will have in the middle of somewhere very strange a chicken coop. There it is. And if I go visit it, I can't see. I can't put the torch on. It doesn't help. Nothing. I got nothing, okay? I have no idea where the trigger is, but I probably could run it. But anyway, that's not the point. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to see if I can replicate it, because if I come to here, visit, yeah, I'm now sufficiently far enough away that it's not a problem. It's the proximity to the chicken coop. So if you've got the AJ Tech chicken coop already placed on no man's land and you've got that issue, then I'm afraid it is a known issue. Jim has developed a fix. It is with giants. It's now down to how long it takes to test it, get through testing, etc. That's hot off the press. We just don't know how long that's going to be. Hopefully it will fix the issue. But if you've got that issue, there is a way around it. Simple enough. Garage. Well, I say simple enough. It's it's clearly not ideal, but it's doable, and it's a temporary fix until it is fixed, and then you can put it back in. You can come here, go here. Oh, I managed to place two. Sell it. Sell it. There we go. Thank you. Come out. Sell it. Thank you. And you're out. And I can go back to wherever it was that I had an issue, which was actually not that far from the straw barn. It was here. So if I go back to the straw barn, yep, lighting is all back to normal, all good. It's the chicken coop. So if you've got version 1.2 and you've upgraded to version 1.3, and before you installed it or even afterwards you put in the AJ Tech chicken coop, that will happen. The way to fix it, just sell it. The challenge you might have is if you already got chickens in it, you'll have to sell the chickens first, for which you'll need to find the trigger literally in the dark, which is a bit of a challenge. But yeah, Jim is aware. He thinks he's got a fix. He's sent it to Giants testing. Hopefully it won't be long before it's released and everything will be back to normal. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. I did ask Jim if he was okay for me to bring that up, just because I thought it might be useful if there are people who you know, I'm lucky enough that I'm on Jim's Discord and I chat with him and quite a lot of other people who play this map, and so, you know, it's easy for me to find out these issues that people have had. I got lucky, I actually wasn't using the AJ Tech chicken coop, but that's weird. If I managed to accidentally retexture part of my field, how bizarre. That's most odd. But yeah, so I know I'm walking through randomly. But yeah, so I hope that's useful. I just thought I'd mention that at the end of the video. But yeah, hopefully the fix will be out soon. So that was it. Hope you've enjoyed this quick look around all of the new placeables on No Man's Land. Thank you very much, Alien Jim. Great ideas yet again going to be pushing my slot count with lots of great new things that I can put on the map and lots of new ideas it's bringing up. But I love this, and this was just quick, rough and ready, but I think it looks great. Brilliant idea. Great changes. So I hope you're all enjoying the new things that Jim's put on. If you haven't tried the map yet, I well recommend it. I really do. It's quite unlike pretty much, I mean, we've had flat map and one or two others, but it's a map that looks nice and is already textured and built and shaped and everything else, but you can do whatever you like with it. It's fantastic. I know lots of people are doing lots of different things. It's quite incredible to see what sort of imagination this fires up. But yeah, check it out. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found the video useful. Just a quick look around, see what new things there are. If you did, like, subscriptions are very much appreciated, and I shall see you hopefully at some point on No Man's Land. I'm not streaming it currently, but I'm just trying to get through my testing, crop testing. But I'll be back on here streaming again sometime soon, and I hope to see you then. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.